as he is working on the big thing, which is leading them to the promised land, he's making them ready to enter the promised land. Ooh, here's the encouragement part right here. There's the end time revelation with this. I didn't get this the first time I read this. Here's the end time revelation. God is preparing the children of Israel to be ready to enter into the promised land. You got to get it. There's a transformation that has to occur. Think about a caterpillar to a butterfly. There's a metamorphosis that must occur. They were slaves. He has freed them, but they still have slave mentality. They still have Egypt mentality. They still have that comfort mentality. They still want to serve false gods mentality. They still want to serve idols mentality. And so he has to strip down, break down, tear down everything that they once knew and build them back up. But the only way it can be done properly is that he makes them holy, for he is holy. Welcome back, y'all, to another episode of the 40 Days and 40 Nights podcast. Today is day 39 of 365 of studying the Word of God. And today we're covering chapters 28 through 29 of Exodus. And this is a continuation of the same day, as I said before. So we are going to jump right in of this Bible study, covering chapters 28 through 29. And we are quickly seeing that God provides detailed instructions for the garments he wants Aaron and his sons to wear. And this is going to really be forming the tribe of, really going to be tribe. Yeah, I guess technically it is, but yeah, the Levites, right? This is going to be like the tribe of the Levites. And we see that there is just in the beginning of chapter 28 that God is really setting them apart to serve as priests. Now take Aaron, your brother, and the sons with him, and form the children of Israel that he may minister to me as a priest. And so we see all of that. And we also see like the ephod, the breastplate, and the other priestly garments. Like there's also a turban that they wear, and it has holiness to the Lord as a signet on it as well. And it's on his like forehead. And the reasons for why is that so Aaron shall bear the judgment of the children of Israel over his heart before the Lord continually. And it should be put on a blue cord, and that it may be on a turban, and it should be on the front of the turban. So it shall be Aaron's forehead, and that Aaron may bear the iniquity of the holy things which the children of Israel hallow in all of their holy gifts. And so what it's really saying here is that every particular piece, every particular garment from here to here to here to and in his tunic and all that stuff, like they all bear weight. They're all bearing weight to the children of Israel. So when he's going into the tabernacle and they're offering sacrifices and all this stuff, like he won't forget who he's representing. And he makes sure that it remains holy, and that his sons will keep this specific thought process as they're doing them as well. Like even from the linen trousers to cover their nakedness. And there was another point where God was saying like you can't step into the tabernacle and like be naked, because like it's hot where they are, right? It's hot. So they would have these long, I don't know how to say it. Maybe like, I don't know if it's a tunic or whatever, but like these long things. And I'm guessing they don't have really nothing under it. It's just like covering them. So they have like airflow and stuff. And so he's like, no, guys, like you gotta wear trousers. Like you gotta come proper, if you will. And I think this is like what I was talking about before, like what makes the tabernacle very different from the church is like the tabernacle, you have to be very holy. And I think a lot of people have took that same, almost that they've taken that same holiness, and I don't think it's I don't think it is a negative, right? I don't think it's negative, but I think people have taken that same perspective and they brought it into the church with them. And like the church is for broken people. Like the tabernacle, though. The tabernacle, oh, that was for holiness. Like there's a holy and a most holy place. That's it. It's holy, and oh, if you go behind this veil, it's even more holy. You get what I'm saying? Like the church is for broken. It is like, oh, we have a broken and an even more broken section over here. And those people up there that's actually singing, those people up there that's actually preaching and bringing forth the word, yeah, they are broken too, and they have testimonies that God has done so much for their life and have changed them and transformed them so much that they are willing to sacrifice and they're willing to submit and they're willing to obey God to serve the church. Which usually means they have very strong testimonies. Can't have a testimony if you didn't go through a test. So the church and the tabernacle, very different. This is not, so when you think about it, this is not like a synagogue, right? Where they're reading the scrolls and all these people come, like this is not that. This is where God dwells. And he only allows priests to come in. The regular congregation, they can't enter in. They are not holy enough. They are not chosen by God to be set up. Like, you have to think about it like this. God has set apart a people and made a nation of himself for himself as an inheritance. And then within those people, he has actually consecrated and set apart even more people. Get what I'm saying? So these select few, he has made holy. And they have to come correct into the house of worship every single time, lest they die. Lest they die. This is why God constantly tells Moses, don't let these people near. Don't let these people enter. Because if they do something incorrect, if they do something the wrong, like God, it is God's commandments, God's instructions. God is saying these things to keep us, to protect us. All right. I'm just saying. Like, verse 30, that the son who becomes the priest in the place shall put on them 7 days when he enters the tabernacle of the meeting to minister to the holy place. Like, and then they have to give daily offerings. There's just a lot that goes into this. Like, I don't think, yeah. But yeah, chapter 29 outlines the consecration ceremony for the priests, specifically Aaron and his sons. This chapter means a lot of offerings. So here, or it mentions a lot of offerings. So here's like a breakdown of chapter 29. So we have a sin offering, and that is a bull, and it's offered, the sin offering, to make an atonement for the priest. Then there's a burnt offering, and that is a ram, and is presented as a burnt offering, symbolizing complete dedication to God. Then there's a consecration offering. A ram is offered, and its blood is applied to the priest's right ears and right thumbs and right big toes, symbolizing consecration and purification. These are specific. We're not done. There's a wave offering. Certain portions of the consecration ram are weighed before the Lord. There's a peace offering. A portion is like the last one. A peace offering. A portion of the consecration ram is offered as a peace offering, symbolizing fellowship between God and the priest. And I'm pretty sure with the peace offering, that the don't want to say this wrong, so let me look. 29. The peace offering, consecration. Yes, the peace offering. All right, and you may take. Yes, okay, so the peace offering, Aaron and his sons shall eat the flesh of the ram and the bread that is in the basket by the door of the tabernacle of the meeting. They shall eat those things which the atonement was made to consecrate and sanctify them, but an outsider shall not eat them because they are holy. So it just shows that, like, there is consecration and that they are set apart for this particular thing. All right, we go over. Let's go chapter 30. In chapter 30, God instructs the construction of the altar of incense. And in verse 9, we see that the use of strange, and when we read it, it says, "You shall not offer strange incense." So this use of strange refers to a mixture God did not authorize. I've been saying so many different words today. Everything's getting jumbled. This prohibition ensures the worship remains the way God commands. God allows instructions on how to make the holy anointing oil. So he wants things to be made specifically the way he desires it to be made, and don't bring forth anything else. Don't get cute. Don't be like, but this would be cool. Like, nah, God's not looking for that. And that's a huge thing, like, right? God's not looking for help in that way. I think I might have even went over what I was supposed to go over. So, did I go over? No, I'm good. I didn't say it. Actually, I did. I was not supposed to mention chapter 39. My bad. But it's all good. What we see here is that God is in the details. That's all really this Bible study is really helping us realize. God is truly in the details. And so we serve a God that's in the details. And the greatest part about that is knowing that if he cares that much about being that specific for how he wants to dwell with us, that he's also looking in the details of our own lives. Like, God is not just trying to show up in the big parts, but also in the very minute ones. And he's going to show up in those very specific details. The details that you be like, oh, that's crazy how that just happened. The details where you think, oh, that was a happenstance. Oh, the details where you thought, oh, I just got lucky. Or the details where you thought that was just a coincidence. No, that was God's providence. That was his providence. That was his providence. And he cares that much. I don't know about you, but that should put a smile on your face. I don't know about you, but that should encourage you. That should encourage you. That he's in the details. But all I have to say, thank you if you made it to the end of this video. I try to make these more than just like plain on, look at this and read this and say this. I try to make these real conversations. Something that can not just be heard, but really be felt. Something that you can really take away. Something you can really apply. Something that can actually be life-changing. Because I feel like that's part of the reason why we read the Bible, to not be the same. Right? We don't want to become or close the book the same person that we were when we opened it. But that something should change. Something should not feel the same. Something should urge you to either see yourself differently, see God differently, or see your situation differently. But something must be changing. Because God's doing a new thing. And I just want to encourage you and let this be your sign that not only is God doing a new thing in our lives, but that he's in the details. So don't worry. He's not just, oh, don't worry, somehow you'll get. No, God, as he is working on the big thing, which is leading them to the promised land, he's making them ready to enter the promised land. Ooh, here's the encouragement part right here. This is the end time revelation with this. I didn't get this the first time I read this. Here's the end time revelation. God is preparing the children of Israel to be ready to enter into the promised land. You got to get it. There's a transformation that has to occur. Think about a caterpillar to a butterfly. There's a metamorphosis that must occur. They were slaves. He has freed them, but they still have slave mentality. They still have Egypt mentality. They still have that comfort mentality. They still want to serve false gods mentality. They still want to serve idols mentality. And so he has to strip down, break down, tear down everything that they once knew and build them back up. But the only way it can be done properly is that he makes them holy, for he is holy. He doesn't want these people to just be believers of God, but he wants them to be followers of him. So he doesn't tell them how to get to the promised land. He guides them there. Every step of the way. Don't believe me? Keep reading. We'll get there. I'll show you. I promise you I will. But he guides them every step of the way, leading them there. Not because he's just a great God. Very true. But because the reliance creates the relationship. And God is in the details of your life. Don't worry about the plan. He has that already figured out. Worry about becoming the person who can enter into the promise. Worry about that. All that to say, thank you for making it to the end of this video. I really appreciate you if you have. And if you didn't, it's okay. I still appreciate you. Just being on this journey is helping prepare me for the promise that God has for me, regardless if anybody else is here for it. So I appreciate that. Man, God is doing amazing things in our lives. If he's doing something amazing in your life, which he is, go ahead and comment down what you know, and then comment down what you have faith in walking toward and walking into rather, right? And what I mean by that is, like, what are you in hopes for? Because that's really what faith is, right? It's the substance of it. It's the substance. The substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. The substance of things hoped for. So what are you hoping for? If you're not already experiencing it, what are you hoping for and thanking him in advance for it? Come on, we have to get into this propheticness that life and death are in the tongue. If you always speak as if you don't have, then you shouldn't, or you won't, simply because that's what you're speaking over your life. If you say that I cannot be healthy, you won't. If you say that I can't change my diet, you can't, because he who believes he can and he who believes he can't are both right. Speak life into your situation, that it's already getting better, that thank him in advance for what he's already going to do, because we know that God is not here today with us, but in our tomorrow. He's in our tomorrow too. He's not just here holding your hand, hopefully, and saying, hopefully tomorrow is a better day, but he's in the tomorrow preparing you for it. He's here today preparing you for the tomorrow that he's already in. It's kind of trippy when you think about it, but you should also be encouraged, because that's the preparation for the promise. What you should already be encouraged is that if he's here today and there tomorrow, he already knows. He's already got it worked out. The plan won't fail. So just trust in him. I love y'all. See you tomorrow. Peace.